Hello everybody, I am Somukantigiri. Welcome to my channel. Today I will discuss some of the most important concepts from general pharmacology for GPAT. Okay, so this video is going to be a summary of some of the most important concepts from general pharmacology. Okay, if you want to learn some good conceptions from general pharmacology portion, then I will request you to not to skip this video. See this video till the end. Okay, hope it will help you a lot. Okay, so let's start. The first main conception regarding general pharmacology is clinical trial. Okay, so see, I am not going to discuss here the detail of each and every topic. Okay, I am not going to tell you here the what is pharmacokinetic property, what is pharmacokinetics, and what is pharmacodynamics. Okay, I hope all of you know what is the basic difference between pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics. Okay, pharmacokinetics, pharmacokinetics is simply what the body does to the drug. Okay, that is the ADME, absorption, distribution, metabolism, and excretion. This is the basis of pharmacokinetics. Okay, and the pharmacodynamics portion is that what the drug does to the body. Okay, that is the response of the drug, and that is known as the pharmacodynamic. Okay, I am not going into that those topics. Okay, I have just briefly summarized what are the important portions from general pharmacology, and we'll discuss them. Okay, discussing them. So, first important topic from general pharmacology is clinical trial. Okay, I have you know that all of you know that 4 phases of clinical trial is there. Okay, actually total 5 phases are there. Okay, before phase 0, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. Okay, phase 0 is known as microdosing studies or microdosing phase. The name of all these phases are very important. Okay, question actually examiner asks from this questions. Okay, what is the name of the phase 0 clinical trial? Okay, the answer will be your microdosing studies or microdosing phase. Okay, then phase 1 is human pharmacology and safety phase. Healthy volunteers are used, and the number of volunteers is very important, 20 to 100. Okay, then the name of the phase 3 clinical trial is therapeutic exploration. Okay, therapeutic exploration, and number of patients may be from 100 to 150 or 300. Okay, and homogeneous population patients are used. Okay, then phase 3 therapeutic confirmatory phase. Okay, it is known as therapeutic confirmatory phase. Okay, up to 5,000 patients from several centuries. Okay, heterogeneous population is used. Okay, then phase 4 is known as the post marketing surveillance. Okay, large number of patients being treated by practicing physicians. Okay, all of you know that after getting marketing approval by the respective regulatory agencies. Okay, phase 4 trial begins. Okay, so this is the basis of clinical trial. Then coming to the two main concepts, one is essential drug and another is orphan drug. Okay, all of you know that what is essential drug. Essential drugs are the drugs those satisfy the priority healthcare needs of a population. Okay, those are the essential drug. Okay, but what is orphan drug? Orphan drug means a drug which is used to treat a rare disease. Okay, a rare disease. Okay, so rare disease means in India the disease which is affected less than 2 lakhs patient. Okay, 2 lakhs patient or 2 lakh people, that is the rare disease, and orphan drug is the drug which is used to treat those rare diseases. Okay, then coming to the next concept, drug metabolized by acetylation. Drugs metabolized by acetylation. See, before before going to this concept, you have to know what is metabolism. Okay, before going to this concept, you have to know what is metabolism. Metabolism means the conversion of the lipophilic molecule to hydrophilic. Okay, and the main phases of the metabolism are two phases. One is non-synthetic phase, another is synthetic phase. Non-synthetic phase is also known as phase 1 type of reactions, and synthetic phase is also known as phase type. The main reactions involved in non-synthetic phase are oxidation, reduction, hydrolysis, cyclization, and decyclization. Okay, and the main reactions involved in phase 2 reactions are glucuronidation, acetylation, methylation, glycine conjugation, glutathione conjugation, sulfate conjugation. Okay, please try to remember the main reaction involved in phase 2 is glucuronidation. Okay, and the main reaction involved in phase 1 reaction is oxidation. Okay, and you have to remember all the name of the enzyme which is involved in oxidation process. Okay, the name of the enzyme is cytochrome P450. Okay, that is a class of enzyme. Okay, and the main enzyme involved in cytochrome P450 is CYP3A4 by 5. Okay, CYP3A4. Okay, that is the enzyme which is mostly responsible for the metabolism of maximum or majority of the drugs. Okay, so acetylation is the process which is involved in synthetic reactions or phase 2 reactions. Okay, so here the conception is drugs metabolized by acetylation. You have to remember this concept by a simple mnemonic. Then simple mnemonic SIP, SHIP. SIP means S means sulfonamides including dapsone and PAS, H means hydrolyzine, I means isoniazid, and P means procainamide. Okay, these 4 type of drugs actually undergo acetylation metabolism reaction. Okay, question may come from this section also. Okay, then coming to the next portion, drugs producing glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase. It is very important concept. Okay, these drugs actually produce glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase deficiency. Okay, so all of you, I hope all of you know that what is glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase enzyme. Glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase enzyme is the enzyme which is involved in glycolysis. Okay, and the deficiency of this enzyme may produce hemolysis in the patient. Okay, that is the main concept. Then here I have listed some of the important drugs which can produce glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase deficiency. Okay, the code is PSQC PSQCNNMI. Okay, the code is PSQCNNMI. Okay, P means primaquine, S means sulfonamide, Q means quinine, C means chloroquine, N means nitrofurantoin, N means nalidixic acid, M means menadione. Okay, and I means isoniazid. Okay, all these drugs produce glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase deficiency. Okay, and these deficiency may conclude to hemolysis. Okay, so that is the point. Okay, then coming to the next important topic, what is adverse drug reaction? Okay, adverse drug reactions. All of you know that adverse drug reaction means these are the noxious or unwanted effects produced by the drugs. Okay, mainly 4 type of adverse drug reactions are there. One is type A, type B, type C, and type D. Okay, see, type A means augmented or dose dependent. I am coming to the explanations or I am coming to the examples later. Okay, but before that you have to learn what is type A, what is type B, what is type C, and what is type D. Type A means augmented or dose dependent and predictable. It is predictable. Okay, type B means BZR type, dose independent and unpredictable. Type C means chronic effects. Type D means delayed effects. Okay, so coming to the next slide, I hope you will get some explanations from these portions also. Okay, so examples of ADRs. Examples of ADRs means in case of type A, it was augmented or dose dependent and predictable. Okay, example is hypoglycemia caused by anti-hyperglycemic drugs like sulfonylureas. See, all of you know that sulfonylureas is a drug for used as oral hypoglycemic. Okay, I mean its main action is to reduce the blood glucose level. Okay, but if a normal patient, okay, takes this kind of drug, then what will happen? If a normal patient takes sulfonylureas, then obviously this drug will lower its blood glucose level to the normal value. Okay, it will lower the blood glucose level than the normal value. That means the patient will suffer from hypoglycemia. Okay, that is predictable. If a patient suffering from hyperglycemia, then he or she takes sulfonylureas, then the blood sugar level will decrease. But if a normal patient can take the sulfonylureas drug, then hypoglycemia can occur. Okay, this is predictable and this is based on the mechanism of sulfonylureas. So that is why type A reaction is augmented, dose dependent and predictable. Okay, So type B reaction, BZ type, dose independent and unpredictable. See, penicillin, allergic reactions caused by penicillins. See, penicillin is a drug which is antibiotic. Okay, antibiotic means it will decrease or it will kill the bacteria. Okay, but the allergic reactions produced by penicillin is unwanted. Okay, or unpredictable, non-predictable or unpredictable. That's why this example is coming under your type B adverse drug reaction. Then type C is peptic ulcer caused by chronic use of NSAIDs. Okay, peptic ulcer caused by chronic use of NSAID. All of you know that NSAIDs are having two most common adverse drug reactions. One is peptic ulcer and another is nephrotoxicity. Okay, nephrotoxicity. Then coming to the D, type D. Type D means delayed effect. Delayed effect means teratogenicity caused by thalidomide. Thalidomide is a drug. If you use this drug for prolonged time, then teratogenicity may occur. Okay, that is why it is coming under your type D. Then the next slide, drugs showing zero or pseudo zero order kinetics. It is very important. Okay, the drugs showing zero or pseudo order kinetics. See, if you want to remember the name of these drugs, then you have to remember a simple mnemonic: 0 watt power. Okay, 0 watt power. 0 means nothing. Zero order reaction shown by what W means warfarin, A means alcohol and aspirin, T means theophylline. Then next T means tolbutamide. Power P means phenytoin. Okay, these drugs show pseudo zero order or zero order kinetics. Question may ask from examiner may ask the question from this portion also. This is very important. Then coming to the next portion, some simple terminology. One is additive, then one is supra-additive, then idiosyncrasy, then antagonism. Okay, see, additive means the effect of drug A plus B is equal to individual effect of drug A plus individual effect of drug B. That is known as additive action. Okay, supra-additive means the potentiation occurs. Okay, supra-additive means potentiation has been done or has been occurred. Okay, what is the potentiation? Effect of drug A plus B is greater than the individual effect of drug A plus individual effect of drug B. That is the supra-addition. Okay, supra-additive. Then idiosyncrasy means the unwanted or unexplained action of a drug, like barbiturate. What is the action of barbiturate? Barbiturate actually a senior-depressant drug, but patients can suffer from excitement or mental confusion in some cases. Okay, due to the barbiturate. So that the unexplained effect of barbiturate is known as idiosyncrasy effect of barbiturate. Okay, then antagonism. What is antagonism? Effect of drugs A plus B is less than individual effect of drug A plus individual effect of drug B. Okay, so coming to the next most important concept from general pharmacology is microsomal enzyme induction and microsomal enzyme inhibition. Okay, I am not going to tell you in detail that what is the microsomal enzyme induction or what is microsomal enzyme inhibition, but simply I can tell you that if a enzyme, see, the most important enzyme responsible for metabolism is CYP 450. Okay, this is the most important enzyme. Okay, but see, two drugs X and Y. Okay, X and Y, two drugs. These two drugs are going to be metabolized by CYP 450. Okay, but in case one drug X is microsomal enzyme inducer, I mean X is going to induce this CYP 450 enzyme. Okay, then concurrently the metabolism of Y will be increased, and if the metabolism of Y is increased, then the action of Y, pharmacological action of Y will be decreased. Okay, so the key concept is microsomal enzyme inducers increase other drugs metabolism, okay, and decrease their efficacy. That is the main point. Okay, so coming to the examples. So these are the drugs which are microsomal enzyme inducers. Okay, please remember these drugs, name of the drugs, very important it is. Okay, phenobarbital, phenytoin, rifampicin, carbamazepine, phenylbutazone, griseofulvin, DDT, all these are microsomal enzyme inducers. And microsomal enzyme inhibitors are erythromycin, clarithromycin, cimetidine, chloramphenicol, quinidine, ketoconazole, isoniazid, deltiazem, metronidazole, verapamil. Okay, all these are the microsomal enzyme inhibitors. Okay, then coming to the two most important questions depending on this microsomal enzyme induction and microsomal enzyme inhibition. Okay, hope this concept will be clear this through these two questions. Okay, so number one question is, it's a direct question, which of the following is an inducer of microsomal enzyme? Okay, so options are phenobarbital, paracetamol, digoxin, penicillin. See, in previous slide I have shown you that phenobarbital is the drug which is microsomal enzyme inducer. So here the right option will be your phenobarbital. Okay, then coming to the next question, a factor that is likely to increase the duration of action of a drug D that is partially metabolized by CYP3A4 in the liver. Options are chronic administration of phenobarbital, option B chronic administration of cimetidine, option C displacement from the tissue binding sites by another drug, option D chronic administration of rifampicin. See, the question is telling about a drug. D is the drug which is metabolized by CYP3A4 enzyme. Okay, which is metabolized by CYP3A4 by enzyme. Okay, but suddenly the duration of action of this drug D has been increased. Okay, so why the duration of the drug D has been increased? Because its metabolism has been decreased, that's why its duration of action has been increased. Okay, so metabolism has been decreased by whom? By microsomal enzyme inhibitors. So phenobarbital is your microsomal enzyme inducer, so this option will not be your correct answer. Cimetidine is the drug which is microsomal enzyme inhibitor, so cimetidine will be your right answer. In case of rifampicin also is a microsomal enzyme inducer, and this will be not your correct option. Okay, so this is the end of our video. Hope all of you learned a lot. Okay, so please like this video, share as much as possible. Okay, and subscribe our channel. Thank you.